Understanding the value of cryptocurrencies over time. We all remember the time when Bitcoin was trading in hundreds and thousands and not in the usual lakhs जो इसकी current value है. But how does this price change and why? That is what we will find out in today's video. So let's get right to it. Cryptocurrencies, as we all know, उनको govern करने के लिए कोई central authority नहीं है. Unlike actual money, so उसकी value is not decided by banks, लेकिन the rule of demand and supply still remains the same. So, coming back to the cryptocurrency and how it is valued is determined. Everybody has already known the exact supply of cryptocurrency, जैसे कि Bitcoin की supply पर एक cap है. You can't change how much of it exists out there and it will not increase, so demand becomes a big factor in deciding the worth. इसी तरह cryptocurrencies is a very volatile market. इसका ये मतलब है कि the price keeps fluctuating and keeps going up and down basis the demand in the market. So Bitcoin की value इस बात पे depend करती है कि what are investors willing to pay for it. And I will tell you a very important story which will prove this point. As we all know the value of one cryptocurrency, and for the sake of an example, we will take Bitcoin. पहले उतनी नहीं थी as compared to what it is now. As you can see, there has been change in the worth of Bitcoin, जो market में investors ने decide की है. एक steep rise आया है 2017 के end में in the price of Bitcoin, और उसके बाद उसकी value drop भी हुई in a fashion that is commonly known as crypto winter. Jump to 2019, and there was a rise again, and subsequent ups and downs. So basically, throughout its time frame since existence, the price of Bitcoin has fluctuated. It keeps fluctuating between up and down. And this is important for you to know because it is important for you to understand when is the right time to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin. So it comes down to this equation. Buy when it is at low price. Sell when it is at a high price. And throughout this while you hold on to them, study the market until you make the trade. So getting back to the story. Bitcoin की history का सबसे noteworthy transaction took place on 22nd May 2010, which is now celebrated as Pizza Day. Wondering why? So here's what actually happened. One engineer named Laszlo actually took 10,000 Bitcoins that he had and sold it to somebody so that he could buy pizza because he was hungry. So for those 2 pizzas, he ended up giving away all 10,000 Bitcoins that he had with him. तो अगर देखा जाए तो the value of those 10,000 Bitcoins for him in that moment was $25. So for every 4 Bitcoins, he got a penny's worth of pizza. And since then, this transaction has been much talked about. और अब इस डे को इसीलिए पिज्जा डे बोल के सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है वर्ल्ड वाइड अमंगस्ट बिटकॉइन एंथुसियास्ट. अगर उसने बिटकॉइंस नहीं दिए होते तो आज उनकी वैल्यू इंडियन करेंसी में 31214,000,000 इंडियन रुपीस होती. That's a fortune to say the least. He gave up that much worth of bitcoins for that pizza. लेकिन at that point, he was hungry and there was no real value जो ये उसे provide कर रहे थे. So he made the sale. And you would think that the person on the other end would have been living a life. लेकिन he also apparently sold it off in exchange of $400. इस पूरी स्टोरी का पॉइंट सिर्फ इतना है कि he spent $25 and ended up earning $400, which means you don't actually know what the value of these bitcoins is until you go out there to sell them. So, for bitcoins, it is only worth as much as the others are willing to pay for it. And in some countries, including India, Bitcoin isn't something that is legally used as a mode of currency. So you can't just walk up a store and buy something and offer to pay Bitcoin for it. The point is, when you get Bitcoin, you have to think about two things. पहला ये कि when it comes to an asset जिसे आप ट्रेड नहीं कर सकते, like gold or silver, you should hold on to it. And दूसरा ये कि an asset जिसे करेंसी की तरह इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं आप, you should use it to pay for things. For example, with the new laws being made every day, more and more markets and countries are officially accepting cryptos as a currency. For example, Japan crypto को legal tender की तरह accept करती है. The thing to note is that जब आप अपनी crypto currency को hold करते हैं and then sell करते हैं at a higher price, you are making an earning out of it, जिस पे आपको tax देना पड़ता है, much like stocks, which is a subject for another time. But the point is, जिस market में आप operate कर रहे हैं, it is very volatile. And if you end up making losses on it, you still have to pay tax against it. The key lesson from this entire video is that Bitcoin prices and cryptocurrencies in general fluctuate, and for you to understand why that happens. जब आप खरीदते हो क्रिप्टो या बेचते हो, you end up making a lot of earnings in actual money. But अगर ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है, then you are just sitting on 10,000 bitcoins and it is not of any use to you, not even enough to get a pizza in exchange for it. And effectively, you don't have any money. So that is for this video. In the next lesson, we will talk about stable coins and what they are. So stay tuned.